What is going on to you Libras? You have the Chariot, the Nine of Swords, and then you Libras have the Seven of Pentacles. So what's going on with you is basically, you Libras, okay. So there's a sense of you Libras pushing through the times that's happening right now. Of course, it's Christmas time around this time. Merry Christmas. But also just pushing through this time right now because I'm seeing that maybe you Libras may have to work this Christmas. It's also a sense of not only you may have to work, but also it's also a sense of you Libras just pushing through the difficult times, staying resilient around this time. The Nine of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles. Again, there's a sense of, right, the Chariot card, not being afraid to get a little bit dirty. The Nine of Swords, understanding that, if whatever kind of issues that you go through, regardless of, if it's you have to work a couple of extra shifts or, whatever the difficulty may be, it's something much more, it could be love, it could be work hours, right? As far as work hours, as far as like you wanting to get a promotion, the work hours, not taking so many work hours into the new year, not allowing your bosses to give you so much work, telling them no a little bit more, letting them know that you have other obligations elsewhere. It's a sense of you Libras taking the time now so that you can have equity later. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's something that every person should do. They let go a little bit now and they do the work instead of having to always tell a person no, right? They yield just a little bit. We're not asking them to yield their whole entire existence. They yield just a little bit. They give just a little bit so that they can have or take a little bit more later to give it equity. And that's what Libra really is about. Libra is really about equity. Libra, like I said before, is really about equity. Most people consider it karma, but it's karma doesn't exist, and it's bigger than karma because it's more of a strategic play. It's more long term than karma is, right? The page and so you have the Page of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, and so again, this is about how you Libras want to do something financially. You want to make moves. And so you Libras are, like I said, a lot of you probably are working overtime. You're probably looking at it from a perspective of, okay, like you will work Christmas. You will, or to Christmas Eve. You will do the extra work now. You will work through the holiday season. You will, you know what I mean? Do this. You will do that because for you, right? I know many people who work on Christmas. And of course they would like to spend the day off on Christmas, just do their own thing. But at the same time, right, you Libras understand what it is that you're doing. You're doing the work now, like I said before, the Seven of Pentacles, right? You're saving up for something, a big purchase. Could be a car, business, trying to buy stocks. There's a sense of you saving up financially for something. There's a sense of you Libras not wanting to spend that money or to dip into that money for any reason. And so in order to keep up with, in order to have some extra cash, You Libras, like I said before, picking up extra shifts, trying to go to the extra, you're going the extra mile. You're just doing the extra stuff so that you don't have to do that later, because you got that big purchase that you were looking for. And then you're willing to do it though. You Libras are willing. If there's one thing about you Libras, if you Libras see that there's a strategic benefit for you, and you see, oh, okay, if I do this, this will happen, then you'll do it. You know, there's one thing I noticed about Libras too. That's like a habit. You know, I'm the habit person. You know, I be spotting habits. You know, I'm observant. Libras love cars. I don't know what, maybe you Libras can tell me down in the comment section, but Libras, and I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it's something that I have noticed as an observation. I'm not saying that it's good or bad. I didn't say all that. And I'm not going to say all that, because good or bad has nothing to do with it. It's just an observation. So let me know, why is it in the comment section below that Libras are such car people? Because I've noticed that Libras will like pull up in a car on you in a minute, and you'll be like, what happened? So then you Libras also have the Queen of Swords, the King of Wands, and then you Libras also have the Two of Wands, right? Now, I don't know what this deck is called. I actually got it sent to me as a present, as like a gift. Unfortunately, me and the person who sent it to me no longer talk. But to the person, thank you anyway, if you're watching this. Anyway, the point is that the Queen of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Two of Wands. The Queen of Swords is you Libras, okay? Queen of Swords is you Libras anyway. And it speaks to how you Libras, okay, so there's a sense of a boss breathing down your neck, or a boss giving you a hard time, or maybe it's not necessarily particularly a person. Maybe it's much more a scenario that you just trying to work over the issue. You're climbing over the wall. And what I mean by that is the King of Wands represents an opposition, an adversary, right? Whether it's a person or whether it's actually a concept. You being able to purchase said thing if you don't pick up these extra shifts. Maybe it's people on the job giving you a difficult time. Maybe it's a supervisor or a boss giving you an issue, right? Where it's like the Queen of Swords and the King of Wands, you know, maybe it's an issue with the concept of your boss went home, your boss doesn't have to work this much, but you out here grinding. And regardless of the who to what, I'm here to tell you, Libras, that that's what bosses do. The higher, and again, this is neither here nor there, I'm just telling you what it is. The higher you go is the less you're supposed, the less hard you're supposed to work. So do you work? Yeah, you do. But most of the work is actually you being a supervisor, meaning that you're delegating the work to other people, and you're just looking over to see, so to speak, if they're doing a good job, basically, right? By delegating, pointing, and you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. And then, like I said, you just see if everybody does a good job. And really the point of it is really leadership. It is what it is. And that is your job, is leadership, right? As far as a boss is concerned. So don't necessarily have so much issues with the boss. Now, you should really only have issues with your boss or your supervisors if they have backroom politics. And what I mean when I say backroom politics, I'm talking about, now they starting to play the mind games. They starting to have they favorites on the job. They starting to be, you gotta understand too, Libra, that's in, unless it's a homegrown kind of thing, that's the vast majority of companies, if I'm being honest with you. It's the vast majority of companies. I'm not going to say, obviously, it's every company, of course, but that's the vast majority of companies. It's just politics, right? And so the Two of Wands right here represents how you don't care because you're happy to do it. You're happy to do the extra work. The Nine of Pentacles and Lovers. You want to make, like I said, that big purchase. So it could be as simple as buying, your little one something on Christmas Eve, and you finally have enough money to buy that liability, right? Which is the toy or computer or whatever it is, and still have enough money to actually pay the bills, eat, stuff like that. Whether it's purchasing a car, computer, jewelry, clothes, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's having more to save, right? Bills, saving the rent, whatever it is, right? Whatever, who knows what goes on in the mind of a Libra, right? Whatever, I'm joking. Whatever it is, you're happy to do it. With a smile too, because you know that it's gonna do you a good anyway. So there's a sense of you Libras, like I said, being quiet and working towards. So let's clarify the Lovers. Let's see what this is about. The Ace of Cups, Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and then you Libras have the Eight of Cups. So the Ace of Cups and the Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, it could be a significant other. It could be you wanting to spend this could be a situation, like I said before, where you spend time with a significant other. This could be you spending time with family members, and you trying to squash whatever kind of beef you may have had for the holidays. It ain't even got to be beef or confrontation attached to it, really. It could be you just don't see them much, and you just want to spend some quality time with them, your family members. And so you wanted to contribute. So you trying to buy gifts for everybody and all. This says the Ten of Wands. And then the Knight of Swords represents, so yeah, you did it. And then the Eight of Cups here represents how the Eight of Cups here represents how you again, just to see the look on your people's faces that you love, that you'll never, you won't admit that you love, but to see the I'm joking, to see the faces of the people that you love, you're willing to do it. You're willing to actually go out there and work, like I said before, harder to get paid more, or I should say longer to get paid more, so that you can actually buy those gifts like it is that you wanted, which is an admirable thing. It's an admirable thing, because it says that you're willing to put yourself, you know what I'm saying? It says that you're willing to give a little ground in order to have some. And like it is, I said at the very beginning, the world would honestly be a better place if they did. It's because what it is people's egos are huge. They don't understand the concept of giving to get more. They don't understand the concept of allowing the person, showing humility, and allowing the person to kind of, you know, have their way a little bit. Not much, but have their way a little bit, so that you can say, hey, stop doing that. Hey, that's enough. Hey, you know, I'm done. Because what happens is that when you do that, that actually puts more power in your hands, because you have a proof of concept of your value, and that you're capable of more, bringing more value. And so that brings the respect and the fear, because they are afraid of you walking away, right? Or afraid of what you're capable of doing to them, right? Bringing down their operation. But also they respect the fact that you bring value wherever you go. So a lot of the times people don't understand that, sometimes yield a little bit. But that's it. Peace.